Let's do something vlog style. How about that? A little vlog style. You like that? More or less a testing video here. I just shot 4 videos, loaded them up, checked them out. They do a lot of skipping and jumping and whatnot. The audio is always still there, but I used Streamlabs OBS to do it this time. And for me, on this little laptop, yes, I get a little bit of jumping, a little bit of skipping on XSplit, but it's totally manageable, and it probably just pauses out for a second. Audio keeps going as it always does, whatever. But the laptop's getting old. And so I said, everybody raves about Streamlabs OBS, and let's try it. So I downloaded it and tried it. And you know me, short of running the XSplit and pausing it when maybe a dog barks or somebody comes to the door, that is the extent of my editing. Okay, I don't like to edit. I don't want to edit, and so I don't edit. Uh, I find OBS really hard to navigate, and adding things in, it takes me a minute to figure anything out. Streamlabs OBS seemed a little bit better for navigational purposes and being able to add things in. However, even dropping my frame rates down and everything else, it skipped way worse than this here XSplit, which is what I'm recording on right now. Yes, XSplit is a resource hog. I mean, most of the time I'm running at over 90% just doing this. And Streamlabs OBS only registered 41%. However, it kept, I don't know, trying to render itself and all sorts of crap going on and just killing the video. But that's how it happened, and that's why those last 4 videos that you may see, Higgy Sigs, all look the way they do. It's terrible tragedy, and at least on this laptop, I will not be using OBS again, it looks like, because wow, I changed frame rates, I changed how it was supposed to look, I changed everything. And on XSplit right now, I'm running 720, 30 frames per second. I had OBS down to 24. And yeah. That's my little rant about that. So still my daily banger. Look at how much paint is coming off of that bad boy. Once all the paint is removed, this will be a lovely chrome finish, and it's just slowly peeling away because you don't paint chrome surfaces. You paint buffed or scratched surfaces. Painting a chrome surface is just a bad idea. I use the Fire Luke with the mesh coil heads in it every day. Coil heads last me about a month, which is why I use it. The Fire Luke mesh, the actual Fire Luke mesh, those last me a month also, but the capacity's not quite there. I get like, what is it, another 1.5 mil out of this for capacity. So yeah, capacity. The only thing I've noticed is this is the first year I've gone out and used a Fire Luke tank out in the woods in, 0 temperatures. Not so bad. I keep it in my coat pocket right up here. It's next to me. It stays warm. So even with 80 VG juice in it, it's alright to vape a few times, stick back in, keep it warm. It's alright. I will say though, when it does get cold, You know, it's not going to perform the way it's supposed to perform outside in the cold temperatures. And that will dwindle coil life down. Actually, cut one coil head's lifetime in half. I got 2 weeks out of it. And the first week wasn't hunting, the second week was hunting. So, this is the second coil head during hunting season, and I can already tell, being out there just a couple of days, this one has dwindled a little bit. You know how it gets when there's like candy coating all over your coils? Yeah, that's kind of what I get out of this now. Still works. It's still wicking. It's just it has that caramelized flavor from junk sitting on the coils, and that's mostly due to, you know, yes, it's a sweeter juice. Of course it is. It's me. But it's the whole cold, warm, cold, warm. So when it gets cold, it kind of sucks your juice out of the coil head, and then when it gets warm, it pushes all the juice back through it, and yeah, so you got that whole natural compression and decompression going on there, kind of like taking an airplane ride with it. Little PSA there, you know. If you're cold, they're cold. Bring them inside. Hunting wasn't awesome this year. Barely seen anything. Saw a nice little guy. He just had two over here and nothing on the other side. Saw another little guy. He just had those, and that was it. It was probably the slowest week of hunting I think we've ever had. My son is out hunting now. Not right now. He's at school right now. So we'll go back out Wednesday because, you know, Thanksgiving week. But hopefully he gets a shot. We had to deal with cornfields and whatnot still being up because I guess farmers are holding their corn this year in the hopes of driving prices up. So there's that. That's kind of odd, but it happens, I guess. What's new in the vape world? Let's see here. We just had the Trump thing. The Trump thing where they're... I'll turn this way. How do you like that? Is that better? Oh, you know, I'm going to get together with the industry leaders. And, you know, Juul being the #1 company had to be there. Why are they the #1 company? Because they're everywhere. That's why they're the #1 company. They're everywhere. Convenience stores, everything. You don't find this in a convenience store. You don't find... I haven't. I have 3 kids in school. And I'm sure they would tell me. Well, I have 2 kids in school. 1 graduated. Kids don't take this. They take Juul. Why? Because of the flavors? No. Because it's 50 frickin' milligram. We didn't care what the cigarette tasted like. We just wanted that effect of the cigarette. Now, that effect of the cigarette is a couple of different things. You know, you have all those chemicals in there, yes, which makes it harder to stop smoking in the first place. But, you know, yeah, it's got nicotine in it. Okay, it's got nicotine in it. Oh, that's terrible. No, not really. You know, they're using nicotine now to try to treat Alzheimer's and all sorts of brain functions, you know. It's good for the short-term memory, they find. So, you know, it does have its plus sides. But, you know, 50 milligram. Come on. I started at 12. I did dabble in 18 when I started, and that was too much. I shortly went down to 6, and basically been at 3 for most of my vaping journey. Yeah, the Higgy Sig stuff is in 2 milligram. I don't know if you see that because I don't have the focus on, but it's in 2 milligram. Why do I choose to lower my nicotine level? Well, between 1 and 3 is really where I want to be at. Why? Because I like salt and pepper on my potatoes. I like ketchup on my fries. Well, what does that mean? That means it adds just a little bit of a spice to whatever it is I'm vaping on. Just gives it that little extra mmm. And if you look at anything like absorption rates, even in cigarettes, they're going to tell you that you only absorb a small portion of the nicotine. And the rest, I don't know where it goes because they've done the air quality studies on this stuff where you suck in this giant cloud and you blow it out and it barely reads on the meter as anything. So I don't know where the rest goes, but the absorption rate really is really low. Seems to me, everything I've read. However, when you're talking about a Juul and 50 milligram, well, it's 50 milligram, and you're going to feel that and all that jazz. So back to, we smoked, and the flavor wasn't what kept us smoking. That's for damn sure, because that tastes like ass, burning ass, and yet we kept doing it. So it's not the flavor, so you can stop the whole save the children, the flavors entice them, oh Lord. Maybe there's that little hint of, ooh, mango, oh yeah, but okay, you take that away, and what did Juul say? They sell even more now without the flavors. What does that tell you? Flavors don't matter to the kids. It's the 50 milligram. Alright? They said it right there. Oh, we sell even more now that we got rid of the flavors. Oh, what you just said was flavors don't matter. They want the 50 milligram Nick hit. That's what they want. Oh, thanks, Juul. But nobody's saying anything on that. I don't get it. I really want to know what happened after the meeting, after they shut the cameras off. If people got to stick around, maybe we'll see Greg Connolly on something in the near future. Maybe he already has and I haven't seen it. But I'd like to know what went on afterwards. Mitt Romney's a tool and a half, isn't he? Some reviewer folks out there saying, oh, Trump not listening, he's not listening. I don't think he wasn't listening. I think it was he was listening, but he wanted to hear what can be done to save the children. Which, whatever, you want to save the children? Let's take all the vape gear out of the C-stores, put them in vape shops, raise your fines to, if you sold to a child, person under 21, 18, whatever it is in your state, quadruple your fines, whatever. And I don't know if it's a fine the shop sort of deal, because I've never been one for if say your son or your daughter or someone close to you does something, should you pay for it? No, I think the person should pay for it. It teaches them a lesson. It doesn't teach me shit that little Bobby Jimbo, Bob, crabby dibby out and threw a rock at a car, and I got to pay for the windshield. Okay, but you make him pay for the windshield. He's the one that did it in the first place. You think he's going to do it again if he has to pay for it? Probably not. You think he's going to do it again if I pay for it and he gets nothing out of it? Possibly. So, you won't find the shops, you won't find the gas station, whatever that sells to underage user. Okay, what I say really is whoever the hell was behind that counter at the time should pay, if not all, most of that fine, and see you later. But you know, learn a lesson the hard way. That's what I got on that. I don't know. That whole, you know, oh, you only have 10,000 vape shops, and so there's only 4 employees, not including all the manufacturers, not including all the distributors, not including. Here's the front, here's the store, okay? Well, you're also gonna be hindering the business of all these people behind the business that ship to the business that make all the stuff, okay? It really doesn't matter if it's a Chinese company, because they'll just switch from making an electronic vapor device to a cell phone. Here nor there on that. But as far as U.S. manufacturers and all that jazz, you guys getting tired of hearing about all that stuff yet? I'm tired of hearing it, but we got to go through it. Got to go through it. What else you got? Fun news? You got anything fun? Not really. No. I'm gonna have to order some more juice here pretty soon. You can see I still have some of that spicy vapes, like chocolate chili up there. That is rough to go through, you know, a whole tank or something like that, because if I put it in this tank, I'm going to taste it in the next tank at least, if not go into the tank after that. So that one's been kind of just sitting there, and I'll finish it eventually. What else you got? Anything else? I don't know. I still enjoy using this damn cig. Damn cig, you know. Can't get vape stuff off of eBay anymore. But that's where this came from. That was a nice pause out. I don't know if that did anything to the feed. I haven't dropped anything according to this yet. And I'm only using 11% all of a sudden. Oh, there we go. 59%. But you got to get creative now, because eBay is pulling all vape equipment and supplies off. So, yes, you can still find equipment on eBay. It's just not labeled like you think it's going to be. And so there's that. People want to go in, they want to report stuff. Oh, because they could sell to the children. You know, again, you sell to an underage person, and the underage person gets caught with it, and they say, I got this from Bob's Electric Company on eBay. Well, now you know to go after Bob's Electric Company on eBay for selling it in the first place. Okay? I'm sorry if there's a Bob's Electric Company on eBay. I don't know, but if there is, I'm sorry, Bob. I'm going to throw you under the bus there, but yeah. I think I'm about out of juice on this. I really just wanted to put up a short thoughts video here and check out the XSplit aftermath after I upload. I got nothing else new in, you know. The Smoke D barrel sitting over there still works, ergonomically sound. SIG is always in my rotation. The Voopoo drag, dude, there is such a difference in weight from the Geek Vape Nova to the Voopoo drag. Put batteries in this, and I could put an FP on top of it, and it's about the same weight as the drag alone with batteries in it. It's super light. And you know, side note, it's not really chipping, it's not really scuffing up. It's just been a nice little workhorse, this little Geek Vape. I can't remember if that was like 20 or 25 bucks for the kit. It's super, really. What I don't like though is up here is where your fingernail part is. All right, why would you put that on the top? Why would you put a slit in the top right by the 510 connection? I know it's whited out, so you're not going to see it that well, but there's that slit right there for your fingernail. Whee! And nice and clean on the inside. Why would you put that on the top? Because I do. You know, if I over drip or if I have a CP tank or something like that on there, it does. It goes in there, and you'll find that the sides are wet or whatever inside the door. I really haven't found any liquid at all in the battery tray, but on the inside of the door, coming down the chrome finish, yeah, I found juice in there, which, you know, I'm used to that. I got the SIG. The SIG has never been an awesome seal on it, so the SIG will get juice up and around here from condensation and or a little bit of over dripping and things of that nature. But really nice that I haven't found it in the battery tray. Like on the SIG, I will find it in the battery tray sometimes if, you know, I'm just a little overzealous with my dripping activities. Frilly words. Ooh, IMR wraps. Yeah, I think I had to rewrap. What were they? Were they some greens? Were they some Sony 5s? I think there's some Sony 5s I had to rewrap because they just got way too bad. And me saying way too bad. I run these batteries. Don't do this at home. Sure, do it at home. I don't really care. I haven't bothered to get any wraps for them. No, it's not these two. Where is the other one at? I haven't gotten any wraps for my 2700s. Here it is. Here's the bad boy. But all I run this in, I'm going to put this out there, all I run this in is the XT220. It's the only thing I have that runs these. Now, wow. If your battery wraps look like that, don't use them. But right now I just have some 18650s in here. Because you can with the adapters. But it's like, it feels like plastic sleeves in here, not metal. So chucking these bad boys in here doesn't really bother me that much. If it was all metal inside, exposed metal, yeah, I wouldn't be using that at all. But I don't know. It feels, there's plastic sleeves. There is. I just peeled one up. There's a plastic sleeve in here. So I'm fine with doing it. You know, think before you act, all that jazz. But I don't have any 2700 wraps yet, and I keep forgetting to order them. Maybe after this video, I'll remember, hey, you mentioned this. You should probably order some 2700 wraps. But I don't know. I just haven't gotten to it. Why are they cut? Oh, because I do have one other box. Up there, the series box that takes those, and the negative on there has, for overuse and unsafe use, melted the connector down in to the plastic, so it doesn't stick up anymore. It's melted damn near level. So with having the wrap completely on there, it was just enough to space it out. So I just basically ripped off the very end so I could stick it in there. And it's a plastic box, and the only metal thing in there is the tabs. So I don't really worry about any short circuits or any of that jazz either. Because plastic doesn't conduct electricity. If it was a complete metal tray with a metal box and metal, then yeah, I wouldn't be doing that. But it's kind of hard to put a metal connector on a plastic or a metal piece anyhow, because just negate each other and cause shorts. So thinking is hard. What else you guys using? Let's see here. I don't know. I'm just surprised everything still is working and not shitstormed. You know, especially when you buy $20 kits. Still works. It functions awesome. Great little kit. Vupu drag. No problems with my drag. No problems with the XT200 or 220. I always say 200. I don't know why. It's yes, it's heavy. I pocket this thing every day. Every day. It shows. It side fire buttons. I never shut my shit off. So side fire buttons are a must. As you throw it in your pocket, you don't have to worry about buttons getting hit. You know, do at your own risk, but that's how it is. What are you gonna do if they ban all the flavors except tobacco and mint and menthol? Black market, DIY. I'm really lazy and I don't want to, but if it comes down to it, I will probably pick up some, just like I've done in the past, just some strawberry flavoring and mix it up my damn self. Or spicy vape. It's not in America. There's plenty of companies out there that don't sell under their own name. So, or they sell, but they don't package under their own name, like Bob's Vape Emporium. Yeah, they're not going to see that coming. It says Bob's on it. That's a totally different thing, isn't it? Don't give the secrets away. What? It's not a secret. Everybody knows. Come on. Not everybody's as naive as college campus kids, right? One of my favorite things to watch is college campus kids getting interviewed for stuff, and you're thinking, this is the future of this nation. Wow. I don't know. Not too vapey topic. I'll probably just leave this one up on the YouTubes and skip the old vape tubes. There's another short blurb about that. I don't care. I don't care. What are you talking about? What am I talking about? I'll put it out there. I don't care. Apparently, VapeTube taking all this ad revenue, whatever, and supposed to disperse it to their employees and whatnot, and they didn't. And disperse it to all these other people, so they get paid for their content through the advertising and all the, the circle of life, just like YouTube. It's, put an ad on your page, get a little bit of dough, whatever. It's probably not much, but it's something that was put out there. It was something that was promised. And none of that revenue went back in to the business. It just lined a pocket. Here's how I look at it. It is another platform for people to upload to, and without the restrictions so much so as any of the other platforms. So therefore, yes, people out there in the vape tube land, but it's there. It's there, and by word of mouth, you can, hey, these videos are there too, and they actually can put links and stuff to their not their sponsors, their where they got their product from. You can link to Higgy Cigs. You can actually put links directly going to wherever you need to go for the product. You can't on YouTube, so it's up to the watcher to go, where did he say? Oh, try to type that in. Maybe it's right, maybe it's not. It's why I kind of like up close shots. But I didn't realize, but it does. And I don't have my focus on, but down there in that fuzziness is the website. So maybe if I think about it, next time I do videos, I will just focus and there's your website. But I don't really think any of that stuff when I'm doing it. I just put my thoughts out there, and that's how I roll the videos. Here's a video. I've been vaping these for a while. They're I try to do it when they're like half a bottle. Yeah, I get hundreds, 120 ml bottles, but it shows that I've been vaping them for a little while. So maybe the video doesn't come out for a month after I get it, but it shows I've been vaping it for a while. I kind of know what the flavor is, so I can dump one on top of another on top of the number and go, yeah, this is what it is. This is what it isn't. I don't know, but services like Vape Tube, I don't want that one. Candy. I'm going after the candy, kids. Kids, I'm going after the candy. It's just delicious. It's delicious. But it's my thoughts on the whole vape tube thing is, sure, whoever might be in their pockets instead of paying everybody they're supposed to be paying. I'm not out here like, pushing, go to vape tube, go to vape tube, go to. I'm not doing that. It's another platform to go put your stuff on. That's all I think of it as. I don't monetize here. I don't even know what the monetization system is over there. Not that anybody's been getting anything, but it's just a place for content. That's it. It's just another place for content. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. You want to use it? You want your videos, your content, whatever, in more than one place? There you go. Why is everybody on YouTube? Because everybody in the free world knows what YouTube is. If you want a video on how to fix your car, you type in YouTube. You want a video on how to clean your gun, you go to YouTube. You want a video on how to wick a certain tank, you go to YouTube. Everybody knows YouTube has the information. Unless you like to read it, then you go to blog posts and stuff like that. But if you want a visual representation of what is going on and how you fix this or how you do that or what this thing looks like, you go to YouTube. It's just how it is. That's why there's so many people on YouTube. It's just a well-known site, place for content. I think this ramble-thon is about over. What did I do? Turn this down? No, I didn't. Let's go to 76. That's better. Yes, the SIG is showing its age. And 70 watts may not be 70 watts anymore. It's what it is. I mean, it's great for tanks, but for like low ohm items, it works. You just got to crank her up just a little bit more than you used to. I just think the chipset's getting a little weak. If you put something on it like this tank, and it will fire up exactly at 50 watts, just like it does on this one. But we're talking a 0.13 on here. It takes a little bit of effort for it. So whereas I could rock the velocity with these coils on the XT 220 at probably 55, 60, and get the same vape I'm getting out of 70 on this, it's just the way the ball bounces, really. It's just an older chipset. Things degrade over time. Anything else? Anything else? I still want to see from top reviewers out there. I know you guys are all inundated with getting pod systems in and great, another pod, great, another. I know, we've all heard it. Great, another pod. Yeah. Okay. You got all these pods in. What is that base to? It bases to new users, right? Okay. Sure, your channel might have content for new users, but it's probably years old and way into your logs, and people have to type that in. I would love to see, like, once every 6 months or something, a new version of your old coil building technique or something like that. Get out some, 26 gauge. Wrap a couple coils, throw it in a dripper. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, what a breezy. Something like that. I don't know. But get out some user-friendly wire. Wrap a couple simple coils. Show them how to wrap the coils. Throw them in a device. I could do it too. Wires around here somewhere. I've been just going through crap like this where it's pre-made, because I'm lazy. The same reason I don't DIY. Can I wrap? Yeah, I wrap these up. These are this. These are this. Okay? These are this. Pre-built wire. It's wire on the spool. It's 3 cores of 26 gauge with 32 gauge wrapped around it. It says alien. It's not alien. It's what the package says, though. It says alien. We all know alien wires go like this, going around. So they have that nice swoop all the way around. This is just straight wire wrapped around. Okay? So it says alien. It's not alien. This particular brand is 24K Magic. Alright? It's really nice. I mean, it works really well. It works really well. It tastes really good. Show people what they can wrap on. I use the old Coilmaster stuff. Comes in, what is it, 2? No, 1.5 all the way up to 4 millimeter. Right there, in 0.5 increments. Alright? There's 4s in this right now. 4 wraps of 4 millimeter. Barely fits. Put that out there too. Barely fits without touching the edge. I think my batteries just died. Hey! It stopped! Don't die on me, Sig! There you go. Batteries lost connection for a second. Turn it back on. Sigelly! I don't know why. Whatever. Like I said, I overdrip, so I probably got a little juice in there. Number 1 on these is if you do start to get a gross amount of juice inside, it will run down the chipset and screw up your fire button, and you will have to take it apart and clean it. It's not a big deal on this. Everything's pretty accessible. The 510 is, however, there for life, basically. So you kind of got to unsolder stuff if you want to take everything out. But if you just want to move stuff out of the way, clean it, no problem. And then slide it all back in. Easy. I know Jared had mentioned this in his video. Was people want him to take mods apart. You want them to take mods apart? Like working mods with no functionality issues just for the sake of taking it apart? Sure, if you get product in for review, it's not that big of a deal to try to take something apart and hope you don't fuck it up. At the same time, you're trying to take something apart and not fuck it up. Whereas if there's an issue with the device, it doesn't fire, 510 doesn't read, things of that nature, and you can't use it anyhow, and taking it apart because of that, well, that's a whole separate issue. Sure, why not? Shit don't work anyhow. Let's take it apart and find out why. Let's take it apart and see if we can take it apart without breaking anything. Sure, I can see that. But as far as Taking it apart just to take it apart? Ah. More likely, if your device is screwed up and you have someone you trust out there, and even better, if they do videos, uh, you have a faulty device and you want to know why it's a faulty device, and said person agrees that they will do it, send it to said person, have them make a video on it, and this is Bob's box mod, and Bob sent this in so I could take it apart. Bob doesn't care if I take this apart and everything is fried in it. He doesn't want it back, whatever, if it's just gonna be junk. There's your video. Now you go in, you try taking it apart. If you find something, you find something. If you don't, you chuck it, right? So if you find something, you find something, and you be nice and send it back after you fix it. But there's no reason to break apart a perfectly good mod if it's a perfectly good mod. Why would you do that? If it works, it works. Now, if it's made to take apart, like those fully mechanical squonk mods and all this other shit that's out there that you have to take it apart to clean the contacts and whatnot, well, that's a totally different story. It's a brand new mod and you're taking it apart. Well, that's made to take apart so you can clean the contacts, you can clean the hoses, you can clean whatever you need to clean on it. However, taking apart one of these just for the simple fact of taking it apart, why? All you're going to find in there is a chipset with the buttons on the chipset, a screen, wires going down to the battery contacts. That's it. There was no real reason to take it apart. Not really. But then you can see what kind of gauge the wire is going up to the 510. Maybe they use that really thin stuff that'll break you. Maybe they did. Until it happens, don't worry about it. Right? Until it happens, don't worry about it. Yeah. It's my Game of Thrones shirt. I vape and I know things. What I do. Something like that. I don't know. I rambled on long enough, I think. I gotta hit uptown and do a little grocery shopping. So that's what I got for you. I probably had other things on my mind when I pressed record, other than just testing out the XSplit software. But this video is like 42 minutes long right now and counting. So ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah. Depends on what it is. Just push play, put it in the background, and clean your socks or whatever you're doing. If you're interested. If you're not, you're not. Y'all have fun now. Because I know I will. Let's find that record button.